Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. 2 people are dead following a murder-suicide outside of a business in Rapid City. Police responded to a gunshot wound call near the intersection of East St. Patrick Street and South Valley Drive last night. Officers found 2 people dead from gunshot wounds outside of the business. Police say their investigation indicates a murder-suicide and that there's no threat to the public. Police are calling the shooting a senseless tragedy and are urging anyone dealing with thoughts of self-harm to call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-8255. The Justice Department is charging a South Dakota man in connection with the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. 53-year-old James Hafner of Sturgis appeared in court last week for allegedly breaking down barricades near the Capitol and spraying an aerosol substance toward Capitol Police. He's facing several charges, including obstruction of law enforcement, unlawful entry, and disorderly conduct. You can read the court papers filed in connection with his case right now on KELOLAND.com. We have an update to the weekend crash on the west side of Sioux Falls we first told you about Saturday morning. Police say speed appears to be a factor in the crash at 57th and Bainbury that killed the driver early Saturday morning. Investigators say the driver lost control and crashed into a tree. Police closed a stretch of 57th Street from Marion Road to Holbrook Avenue while they processed the scene. And we hope to learn more information about the crash during Monday morning's briefing by Sioux Falls Police, which will live stream right here on KELOLAND.com. Well, you need to brush up on your winter driving skills if you're taking to the roads this morning in some parts of KELOLAND. The South Dakota Highway Patrol posted this picture of what conditions were like last night in the northeast part of the state, where Interstate 29 from Grant County to the North Dakota border was icy and snow-packed. Troopers say visibility was near zero at times to less than a mile. They were urging drivers to be very cautious when passing vehicles. They're also reminding everyone to wear your seatbelt. Let's get a first check of the forecast now with meteorologist Brian Karstens in the Storm Center. Good morning, Brian.
All right, good morning, Perry. Yes, indeed. The road reports have been showing some of these issues out there. Also, we've been noting some snow in the Black Hills. Take a look at Sturgis and this shot here after 7 this morning and looking at snow-covered roadways. So as we look at the totality of that to start this Sunday morning, snow-covered roads and wind to go with it here for the Northeast. And as a result of that, we do have winter weather advisories posted today for Roberts County in the far Northeast. And we're also looking at some of those patches of even light rain in the Pierre area. But on the maps, probably the biggest impact today is that northeast corner of South Dakota. Sioux Falls, we're going to get a warm-up, temporary warm-up here in the mid-40s by early this afternoon. But as the winds increase through the afternoon, it's going to feel colder and sharply colder through tomorrow morning. And we'll walk through those numbers, Perry, in just a couple minutes.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. Well, some Sioux Falls middle school girls received a taste of college life during a trip to the University of South Dakota on Saturday. The young visitors were members of the girls' basketball teams from Whittier and George McGovern middle schools. Their day started by attending a panel discussion by former and current USD students. That was followed by a tour of the Dakota Dome and pizza. Then they got to attend the Coyotes women's basketball game against the Wichita State. But the day was more than just about having fun.
Yeah, it also gives them an opportunity to see a college campus, which they might not have any other time, and see a college basketball game, which I know a lot of them probably haven't done before. Right?
Yeah, and we want to be able to encourage our girls to, you know, have these opportunities so that they feel inspired, and like one of the individuals said in the talk today, to be able to start creating goals for themselves.
The trip was sponsored by the Promising Futures Fund, which is a local nonprofit that supports students attending schools with higher rates of poverty within the Sioux Falls School District. Zion Lutheran Church in Sioux Falls is hosting Streets of Bethlehem, a family-friendly interactive drama about the night Jesus was born. Visitors can walk through the Bethlehem Marketplace and also see live animals and visit the Nativity. The hours are from 1 to 4. Hometown Christmas in Hartford includes sleigh rides and a live nativity starting at noon, community caroling at 2 o'clock, a tree lighting and parade of lights gets underway at 5:30. The Gift and Thrift Vintage Store in Sioux Falls is hosting a holiday open house from noon to 6. The open house will include sales, discounts, and giveaways. Pet Supplies Plus in Sioux Falls is hosting a PAWLIDAY extravaganza that includes arts and crafts for dogs, treats for both dogs and people, plus free nail trims. The hours are from noon to 3. Admission is $5, with all proceeds going to Big Paws Canine. Disney on Ice presents Let's Celebrate at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Showtime is at 1 o'clock. Tickets start at $25. Brian?
All right, as we wrap up with weather this morning, well, it looks like travel in the far northeast today a little slippery. Be careful here. No advisories for Aberdeen or Watertown, but we do have winter weather advisories for Sisseton as well as Britain. Main thinking here is an additional light coating of snow today, maybe another inch or two possible, but more importantly, some wind to go with that. And with wind in mind today, that's going to be very commonplace across South Dakota. Winds will be 30 to 50 in parts of central KELOLAND. The other story, there is a segment of some snow falling here around the northern Black Hills. I know it doesn't show up as much here, but it has been an issue in the short-term forecast, even into Rapid City. By and large, 40s for highs in the southern half of KELOLAND, but then we'll start falling, and I think that falling phase will take place here by mid to late afternoon. And wind. So it just feels colder and colder and colder, and it will keep going downhill all through the night. In fact, by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, look at these single digits coming in. Mulbridge, maybe 2 degrees in the morning. Yeah, that's getting cold. And also Watertown could be near 5. Sioux Falls, even a chance of single digits. I also noticed in the overnight forecast, it's possible there might be a small little batch of snow as some of this Arctic air comes south. So we'll consider that, and make sure you got your thick coat ready to go tomorrow. It's going to be a cold day. Sioux Falls will struggle to hit 20. And numbers in Aberdeen also in the middle teens probably for highs. The hourly numbers may fall short of that. Now, Rapid City, not quite as cold tomorrow, and then we'll start to bounce back on Tuesday. With that in mind, there could be a little belt of snow Tuesday morning, East River. It shows up on Futurecast as we get rid of the gusty winds the next 12 to 24 hours. So the winds will come down tomorrow. And then right in here, see this Tuesday morning weather map? That little belt of light snow. It's kind of a minor feature, but it's shown some consistency there, and I would not be surprised if that shows a little more life to it here. It could definitely tilt that direction, and if it does, it could be a nuisance snow on the roads, but it also might look kind of pretty. So I'll let you decide how you think about that. The numbers into Wednesday and Thursday will warm up. In fact, I think 40s are pretty likely on Thursday, and we'll see some southerly winds. We'll call it mild for parts of the region. It'll be technically above the averages. Today's highs still in the 40s from Pierre to Sioux Falls. Aberdeen will fall short of that, only 34 with the snow on the ground there. They've had about an inch of snow in the last 24 hours. Rapid City, you're getting a little hit of snow this morning, followed by the wind. Everybody's cold tonight. 8 degrees is our official forecast low for Aberdeen. We'll watch these numbers when we wake up tomorrow morning, and the daytime highs only 12 above in Watertown with cold December sunshine. 30% chance of light snow Tuesday, Sioux Falls. 30s moderating into the 40s by Thursday with an additional 20% chance of, I would probably lean toward a little light rain or sprinkles on Thursday at this point. Aberdeen in the northeast will also tend to warm up a little bit here by the end of the week. And it looks like Pierre also will get off of the 20s, and then we'll get back to those 40s by as soon as Wednesday and Thursday. So for mid-December, really not all that bad for temperatures. And Rapid City also cooling down tomorrow to 28, but then we're back up to 48 on Wednesday. Could see a little precip returning on Thursday. Check out our Storm Center update. A lot more details on the weekly forecast at that point. And join us again later today for KELOLAND News.